Welcome to podcast number 65 for Thanks for Your Service. Our focus is on historical topics relating to the Australian military. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter and YouTube. Just search for Thanks for Your Service. Our website is www.thanksforyourservice.net and you can email us at info@thanksforyourservice.net. The 18th of August is Vietnam Veterans Day, and for this year, 2023, it marks the 50th anniversary of the end of Australia's involvement in the Vietnam War. One Vietnam veteran is commemorating in a special way. Rick MCarthy joins us from Brisbane to tell us more. Joining us on the line from Brisbane is Vietnam veteran Rick MCarthy. Rick, many thanks for joining us today.
My pleasure, thank you.
Now, we're on the eve of the 50th anniversary commemoration of the end of Australia's involvement in the Vietnam War. Now, you're currently in Brisbane to embark on a very special journey. What is this journey about?
It's a journey that it's a personal commemoration for the 50 years since all troops were withdrawn, and I thought the only way that I could commemorate was to walk from my the barracks of where my battalion is currently based in Brisbane in Enoggera, 6th Battalion, and walk to our hometown for 27 years, which was Bowral, New South Wales. Yeah.
So when do you actually start the walk?
Tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock at the barrack gates, or the memorial opposite the barrack gates in Enoggera. Yeah. So, Ferguson Park. Yeah.
Right. So we're now recording this on the 16th of August, and tomorrow is the 17th, which is a Thursday. So you start and you get kicked off at 9 a.m. What's the plan for the walk?
The first day, the reason I'm starting on the 17th. I was hoping to finish up in Bowral on the 18th, Veterans Day. However, the support crew were unavailable, and so we decided to do it in reverse. I then approached the 6RR Association to talk on my behalf to the battalion. And understandably, 6th Battalion, being the battalion that fought the Battle of Long Tan, which is the 18th, I would have difficulty going to the service there and then leaving after the service. So I decided to start from the 17th, and the Redlands RSL in Cleveland has been doing the Honour Our program for us since we started in 2018, and they have brought forward their service on the 18th to allow me to attend the service there and then continue my second day's walk to Beenleigh.
And what sort of route are you taking? How have you prepared for such a long walk?
Preparation has been a lot of kilometres. I started in December doing 10 or 15 kilometres a day, and slowly built it up. And over the last 2 months, up to 2 weeks ago, I was doing 30 to 40 kilometres a day. From my actual hometown now down the far south coast in Churros Head, and walking the highways to either Maruya or Badallo, and which covered those kilometres. Yeah.
And what sort of route are you taking to get from Enoggera back down to Bowral?
Hopefully, coming down the coastline as much as possible, staying off the main highways. Although, if I have to go on the M1, I do have a support vehicle which is fully or has banners on it to warn motorists. And I am in high vis all the time. So, and I'm by myself, so I don't envisage any problem after the last 6 months walking on the highways of the South Coast. Yeah.
Is there any way people can track your progress, or how do they keep up with your journey down south?
I am doing a daily Strava. For those that are aware of Strava, it tracks your movements each day, and trying to then get someone to put it onto our website, which is Rick's Walk for Veterans, and that would be the best way to to follow me.
And is your website also linked? Because you're linked to another website called Honour Our Fallen, because you are actually raising money as part of this journey, correct?
Honour Our Fallen, yes. Honour Our Fallen is a program that I started in 2018, our first Anzac Day. And what we do is we work with a facilitator in every town or city to give them the names of the known war graves in each cemetery, and or their local cemetery, and then the facilitator normally walks the cemetery to add any of those that are not known war graves, but those that have a core badge on their headstone or memorial plaque. And then we give that to the schools, and the schools actually research the names of that they have. And in doing that, they then, for a week over Anzac Day and a week over Remembrance Day, place an Australian flag on each grave, showing the community support for those that and honouring those that have passed since the Boer War.
Yeah. Now, Rick, you were a national serviceman, or a NASHO, that served with 6 RAR/the NZ Battalion from 1969 to 1970 in Vietnam. Tell us about your service.
Well, normal recruit training in 1RTB after winning the lottery, being conscripted. 10 weeks in RTB in Wagga, and then up to Singleton for 3 training battalion for infantry corps training. And then after that, we were given a choice of 2 battalions to go to, who were going over within the next 12 months, or go to reinforcement wing in Sydney. And because I'm originally from Bondi, I chose Sydney. But then when we got off the bus in Holsworthy, they said that they wanted 63 to go over straight away. And we looked at each other, myself and 3 or 4 of my mates, and we thought in training they were telling us all the time we were going to go over anyway. So we thought, well, we may as well go. So we stepped forward, and we were all selected. Within a week, we were on a bus going up to Canungra in Queensland, and did our jungle training, came home, had 7 days off, and ended up flying Qantas over to join the battalion, who had left Townsville and got in the day before we arrived.
And the battalion was unique in terms of it was a combined battalion between us and the Kiwis, yes?
Yeah, that's correct. And it's proud to be an Anzac.
And very proud of your service. And how is your reflection? I mean, you're now dedicated the walk to honour the fallen, to remember your Vietnam mates. But how's your reflection of your service changed since you came home? Obviously, we had the big homecoming in 1987. But now, when you're about to embark on this journey to remember your mates, how has your reflection of your service in Vietnam changed?
I guess, what I reflect on is my parents said that I was a bit of a challenge when I was young. So when I went in, and the difference between going in and when I got out, I had grown up quite considerably. And remember lots of great times with the great mates that you are lifelong friends, that guys are still watching your back. A little bit disappointed when we arrived home again at the finish of our 12 months. The whole battalion was returning and the Sydney was in dry dock. So we all flew home over a period of a couple of weeks. And in doing that, as we came through the airport and cleared customs into the new airport then in Sydney, and walked through to collect the amount of money that you had asked the pay clerk to have ready for you, individually you came through a doorway, and the thousands of people there outside that door, on the other side of the door, cheered you, and for 2 minutes you got a huge thank you from the crowd. But then, because by that stage you had found your family, and the next person had come through and he received his thanks from the public. But then there are the next 5 or 6 years, you had to be careful who you spoke to as far as telling them that you did serve, because of the I guess the TV that was being operated. Whatever happened in Vietnam during the day was on the TV at night, and everyone had their opinion, and it was a bit of struggle street for quite some years, to until the coming home parade. Again, well, I was unfortunate to be away with the family at that stage, so I didn't experience the parade. However, I think as the years have gone on, I have become more proud to have served, and the people around me have shown their appreciation over the years, and so it has changed a great deal. But now with this, with the walk in particular, I can show not only all those around me, but mainly my family and my family and their families, my grandchildren, that if you have something that you believe in, do it, and that's what I'm doing.
And I'm sure they'll be very, very proud of you when you start your journey tomorrow. But how can people support you on your walk, and the Honour Our Fallen initiative as well?
Two ways, obviously. We do appreciate any funds that we raise will be shared between Honour Our Fallen and Soldier On, and for that they can go to GoFundMe, Honour Our Fallen 50 years on, or I guess just show their appreciation to anyone serving in and around their particular area, showing support to those guys that need it. Yeah.
Good on you. Rick, thanks for your time today, and best of luck for the journey and the walk, and more especially thanks for your service as well.
I appreciate that very much. Thank you.
That's the podcast for today. Rick's website is www.rickswalkforveterans.com.au, and there's also a link to Honour Our Fallen on his page. We're keen to hear your feedback by leaving a review on your podcast app. Your reviews helps new listeners find our podcast. And you can help support this podcast via Patreon or Buy Me a Coffee. The links are on our website and Facebook page, and your support helps us with the production of this podcast. Thanks for listening, and thanks for your service.